Welcome back. It is fall at the off-grid property. I have not posted a video in a while and I had quite a busy summer, so I'm going to go through everything and discuss why I haven't posted a video in such a long time. As you can see, there are many new upgrades here at the off-grid property. So I guess I will get started at the building over here. So first things first, we had these birds staying just above the door on this building, and I believe it was some sort of king bird. I don't recall. It's this gray bird. Anyways, the first time it had little babies up here, little chicks, little baby birdie num-nums. There were, I believe, 5, there might have been 6 total of them, and then there was a second hatching where there were, I believe, another 3 of them that I saw. So that was very cool. And then we cleaned out the nest. So we have this wind chime that I got up here. Very polarizing subject. My brother doesn't like wind chimes. One of my friends doesn't like them. So we'll see. We can always take it down. Doesn't seem to be too loud either, based on having it up for the last few days while I've been up here. And then I moved this other one right over here. All the electrical is gradually coming in. There seems to be something digging over here though, which I'm really not sure what it is, but some sort of animal seems to be continuously digging there. Anyways, let's take a look at the inside of the building. So you'll notice it is fully insulated in here, at least this level, and then we still need to do the roof. So this, we need to figure out how we're going to insulate the door, and I have some other bags of insulation here I just brought up. And then we have this bunk bed back here. So got this all insulated, and then we have the projectors set up. Watched a bunch of movies. We watched the new Bad Boys movie, which was pretty awful. We watched Dune 1, we watched Dune Part Numero 2, and then we watched Furiosa. So watched many movies. And then the best part is I had my mom, good old Mima, up here for, I think it was 2 nights in August. So it was her first time coming up here. So she really had a great time. Rented a special car for her, which was a Mercedes-Benz, and I was her chauffeur for 3 days. So she had an absolute blast coming up here. Really loves everything. So some upgrades here, more so just decorations, to be honest. So have put up all sorts of license plates up here, which is very cool. We've gone through several jars, and we've had a mice problem here, unfortunately. And then the new addition is these signs that I got. So there is this one, Hunting and Fishing, this Fluger Tackle one, this Outdoor Life magazine, this classic one. It looks like Norman Rockefeller, but isn't. It's some other artist, not sure who it is. And then this one, which I just thought was funny. These two kind of match. Thought that was cute. Just this little boy. Could potentially be the same little boy with his same dog, which I really like. Brickyard 400 when I went to Indianapolis 400. And then we have the goofy thermometer that's broken, of course. And then I have this Pro Shop one up here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. And that is this. I removed 2 of the calendars in here. I also put up this bottle cap opener just because it's funny. All right. So that's how that is. I went up to my friend's place to fish this year. I went up there twice and I didn't go last year. And the first time I went up, I caught 6 fish. So I bought a bunch of new fishing equipment, which I got to try out. But there was this blue rod that I bought, this Shimano Neck Save, where the reel and the rod are the same. And I'd never, for 2 years, caught any fish on the reel. And then finally, I ended up catching, on the first cast with this new rod, with that same reel, Shimano Neck Save, both in blue, I caught, on my first cast with a wacky worm, a fish. And then a few moments later, in the canoe, and my buddy's dogs are running amok, and I catch like the biggest bass of my life. It was at least 2.5 pounds, might have been 3 pounds, but super cool. And then we went on this crazy canoe trip, which was absolutely awesome as well. So we went for a few nights in the wilderness in Quebec, which was amazing. Buddy, we went to this waterfall and he just absolutely crushed it with fishing. He caught like 6 fish. He caught a fish first cast, then snagged second, then caught another whitefish third cast. Then we go to this other spot and this guy's just crushing it with walleyes. So absolutely destroyed me. I only caught one small little walleye. But yeah, I brought up 2 rods. Should have used the blue one, but I used my other one. When it comes to fishing as well, I'll talk more about that in a second. I just want to show I brought up all these bricks. And so we can now cook with this thing here. There's 10 of these total, so I think we can easily cook with these. And I had a decent fire last night. Not really the best, but it did rain yesterday, so it was kind of damp. And then before I show you some other stuff and upgrades, let me just go back here. I'm not even going to go inside the gazebo, but we're actually going to end up putting another building probably over here and clearing this out, because everything on all sides is level. Like if I go and just pan really quickly, you'll see everything down here is level. So if we just clear out a lot of trees, we'll have more space. And in this tree we've just been hacking away at, getting little pieces going, clearing it out back here. I'm not going to go inside there. And then I forget the name of the building that we're going to build, whatever it's called. But yeah, we're going to build one right here. We're going to have to move this firebox back over here. Yeah, just so beautiful. It's fall up here. It's early October. And we have this mouse trap over here. We're going to start storing wood under the deck. But we have this mouse trap right here with peanut butter. It's just been catching mice like crazy. When it comes to the balcony, we have railings now. So there's a staircase. So you don't have to crush your knees, jump off here every time and just absolutely destroy your knees, which is nice. And then yeah, we have the lean-to, which is complete. So you can see the sky from there. And it's nice because I can just work from this picnic bench we've put up and not have to worry about it raining, whereas previously I would be working on this table, it would start to rain and I would have to go inside. And there's a little bit of an awning over there, but you'd still get wet and the mosquitoes would just be bad. So this is how this looks as of right now. So we have the propane heater right here. I put up the weather station up there. Over here it was too far and it would work intermittently. So I attached it to this table, and this was really only temporary until I figured out a better spot. And then once the lean-to was all complete, I put it up there. We have that light that I've tried to get working, but seems to be broken. So I'm gonna have to get a replacement for that. Over here, we're gonna have to put an eaves trough and a gutter because the water at night just seems to accumulate a lot on the roof and then just drips on the deck. So this will quickly rot away the deck. So we're gonna set this up and then figure out a way just to get the gutter going from over there down here, and then downspout going down, and then the water will just jut out to back here, and eventually we can set it up so we're collecting water as well. So lots of upgrades this summer. Electrical was completely built, did not talk about that at all. So these are the solar panels and the electrical building, which I'll show inside in a second. I just need to get the keys to that. But yeah, my brother figured out this technique where you just burn the wood as well, so we have it nice and treated. I'll actually just go take a quick look. And so I know in my other videos I showed I went to that fishing spot close by, and I went there 5 times this year, and believe it or not, the first 4 times I went, same spot, same rig, caught a little bass the first 4 times. Then I went the 5th time, didn't bring a wacky rig, only brought a buzzbait and a whopper plopper, and didn't catch anything. So I got skunked there. And then I've gone one other time fishing in Toronto, didn't catch anything. But this building is complete, so I'm going to, oh no, I do have the keys on me, never mind. So let me open this up really quickly. And open her up. So this is how this looks. So we have the 6 batteries. One of the batteries got cracked and was leaking, so we're out of battery, so that was costly. So we're probably going to end up getting 2 more, so we have 8 total running on the 4 solar panels. We have the inverter right there. We'll probably end up putting another one right there. Then we have the charge controllers going here. And yeah, this thing is money. So this is all going from here underground right to that building, and then we have another underground going to the other building over there. So that is all done. And then we'll take a look inside this building, and then I'm going to get out of here, and then I will be up next week. I think I'm only not here for 4 days. And yeah, I've honestly had, I think it might have been the best summer of my life. It was just such an unbelievable, it was a great spring. And then something happened in mid-July, and yeah, this new business I started really took off, which has been amazing. So this is the inside. This thing has been a lifesaver. It got down last night to 2.2 degrees outside. And on the inside, I think it got down to about 7 or 8 degrees. So it was very chilly when I woke up this morning. And all sorts of different food that I've added. I'm going to bring these bookends that I have, these red ones. And my brother did end up cleaning the wood stove. So we've got this going once again. All the linens are gone, so we will bring those up next time. And then last thing is up here, a couple of additions. The calendar this month, by the way, is absolute fire. The ones for September and October were absolute fire. I'll show, I guess, that's the last few months just because why not? So I don't think I have any videos from July. I have a little bit of footage I'll probably edit in. So this was the one from July. Absolutely flame. This one was August, another great month. And then we just finished September. And then now, of course, we are into October, which is just absolute flame. I've considered contacting this artist, Abraham Hunter, and with a picture of our property and just getting him to paint something like this for us. But the newest addition here is the fact that the linens are gone. This is down. We're getting another one of these for outside for the barbecue. But we have the TV set up right now. Yes, with a PlayStation 4 and the headphones. So I've been playing some Warzone, specifically, what's it called, like Resurgence. So I've been playing that, having a blast here. And the last thing is, when I was up here last time with my brother, we finally nailed down this floor because it was so creaking. Bought some new wood flooring, and this is all installed. So this is absolutely beautiful. So you can walk around here, not hear anyone else, which is just such a nice pleasure. But yeah, lots of new updates. Very busy summer, like I said, for me. Yeah, and I traveled, I don't know, I probably came up here, I think I've been up here 7 or 8 times total this year, maybe more, and then 2 times up to my friends. So I've been renting all sorts of cars. This is one that I just rented. So I believe in the other ones I had this maroon Honda Insight. So the lady that I would rent that from, she stopped renting that car and she said that she sold it. So bummer for me because I love that car. Like, it was the first time I'd rented a car with that one, which was nice. And then first time driving up here, and then I ended up passing my full G test with that car. So that was nice. And then I've had the Frog car. I will have that next week. I will have the Frog car, which will be absolutely awesome. And then I had the Mercedes-Benz, which was honestly the nicest. I was going to rent this BMW, and then we ended up having to cancel that one just because of the weather was going to be bad. And then I've driven with my buddy a few times in his car. But yeah, I'll probably be renting that BMW at some point. And then yeah, the Frog car, I'm concerned with the Frog car, the Frog Fiesta, just because I saw that there was an issue with it mechanically. But the owner has reassured me that if there's any issues, he'll cover it and I'm good to go there. But this is one of the new additions. But I'm actually quite upset that I'm not able to get that Honda Insight just because it was very fuel efficient. It had a lot of extra features that I really liked, where it would just warn you of certain things. Never had any issues with it whatsoever. And yeah, just handled very well. But honestly, this car is pretty good, this Hyundai that I rented. But yeah, man, I'm going to miss that other car. But yeah, this was just a quick update video on the property. I did film lastly some stuff with the trail cam, but unfortunately there was no good footage at all that I picked up, mainly just the people driving by on their ATVs, a few people cycling by, but nothing too crazy as of yet. But yeah, you can see that fall is fully here. What an incredible summer that I had, though. Honestly, just so many times, fun times coming up here. Coming up here with my mom was probably the highlight. Going up to my friends and fishing there, spending some time with his parents as well, and his family was definitely memorable for me in terms of this year. And yeah, I'm gonna come up here for my birthday next week, which should be nice, with a few of my friends, a couple of them that have never been here before. And yeah, that is the video for now. I will see you soon. Have a wonderful fall. Peace.